abundance, okay, is I had somebody message me something today. And by the way, whoever you are, you know who you are. And I love that you said this. And it was a great question. And I just want to let you guys know, like, if you ever have a concern or question, and this isn't really a concern, but this is something that they brought up and I love it. I'm not going to ever like hate on you or talk crap on you or whatever. And I'm not going to share the name, but I thought it was a great question. Okay. So, this individual messaged me and said, hey, I don't want to, this isn't like some kind of red flag or I'm not trying to like throw shade, but don't you think that you promoting digital real estate, promoting Rank and Rent on YouTube and TikTok, and you guys have probably seen I've been doing a lot of like articles and press stuff, and the individual said, isn't that like hurting us? Like, wouldn't it be better for us? Like, yeah, cool, bro. It's good for you in your business, right? Good for you in the program. But isn't it better if we kind of like keep it to ourselves? And this is a really interesting thought. And I totally see where this person's coming from, and I want to address it. Okay. And by the way, this is not like, I'm just going to give you my honest thoughts. And this goes to the abundance and scarcity mentality. I believe that the average person, if you said that to them, they would think, yes, I think it would be better. And this is the average person, not me. The average person would say, yes, I think we should kind of keep it to ourselves and not tell anyone, because then, the field is white. The crops are ripe, ready to just go and crush, right? That's what you would think. And I remember back when I was doing door-to-door sales, I had this exact same freaking mentality. I remember every year we would go back for 3 years in a row. We went back to the same freaking corner of Arkansas. We went to the northwest corner of Arkansas, Bentonville, Fayetteville, Rogers, Springdale, Bella Vista, all the same little towns. Guys, this is not a big city. This is a small town. And the first year I went there, and I remember I started knocking on doors, and they're like, yeah, your guy was just here 3 months ago. Like, we heard the pitch. And the first time I heard this, guys, I was devastated. I was like, I went to my manager and I said, dude, his name is Dusty. I said, Dusty, dude, somebody knocked this area. Somebody came through here a couple months ago. What are we doing, man? Let's go somewhere where no one's been. And it was him. And then the guy above him, his name was Jeff. And they taught me this really important principle. Okay. And they said, and I don't know exactly who the quote's by, but the quote is, the law, listen to this is really important. The laws of marketing state that the more familiar a person is with a product or service, the more apt they are to buy. Let me repeat that. The laws of marketing state that the more familiar a person is with a product or service, the more apt they are to buy. So exactly opposite of what you would think, oh, because there's a Forbes article or there's a Chicago Tribune or there's an entrepreneur article or whatever. Now all these people know about it. Now we have all this competition. Now all these business owners have already heard the pitch. I get it. I understand, like, when you think about it, like, that doesn't make any sense. But guess what? Do you know how many times I have called business owners and they're like, yeah, somebody called, there's like a guy that called me last year, or there's a guy that called me a couple months ago, and he was like offering me some free leads, and I don't know, he just sounded kind of shady, but I'll take some free leads. Do you know how many times this has happened to me? You know how many times I knocked on doors when literally this is what I started doing. I started sending my first year guys, I'd say, hey, here's a brand new neighborhood. You don't want to go into a neighborhood that's been hit last week? Cool. Here you go. I'd give them a neighborhood, just what they wanted. They'd go through the neighborhood in like 2 days. Knock, knock, knock. Nope. Knock, knock, knock. Nope. Knock, knock, knock. Nope. Guess what I would do? I would go knock the exact same neighborhood, and I would just change my pitch. I would knock on the door and I'd be like, hey, my name's Nick. I'm with Vivint, which is the company I was with. Did my flyer guy come by earlier, like last week? Did you talk to my flyer guy, the one that was handing out flyers? And I just changed the whole conversation. I'm like, yeah, my flyer guy came by to let people know we were coming through. And they're like, oh, I think so. And then boom, right into the pitch. Guys, I remember there was one day I sold 4 doors on 2 streets. And to you guys, that has no context, but selling 4 of these things in one day is huge. I sold 4 deals on 2 different streets. 2 of the 4, not only had my guy knocked on the door, my guy had gone into the house, gone through the whole pitch, sat at the table, gone over price, and gotten a no. Okay, so to my friend that said that, I love the question. Like, seriously, guys, if you ever have questions like that, I think you should ask them. I think it's healthy. This should be a place where you can ask them. Message me, ask things like this. Guys, I want to know the areas you guys have called. I want to know the areas you guys have tried that you can't sell and that you haven't sold in, because guess what? All the people that you called 6 months ago, they now know that there's this thing called renting websites, renting leads, where they can buy leads and they're exclusive. They've heard the pitch. You guys did the hard work. You guys gave them the pitch and told them about this new thing where they can get exclusive leads from this website. Keep doing it, man. Keep doing it and be glad. Like, and I know that some of you guys are like, well, I'm just saying that to make it seem. No, I'm telling you guys, I had the exact same thought. I was like, no, I don't want to knock in this area. I don't want to knock Bentonville. There was somebody here 3 months ago. I was pissed. I thought like I got shortchanged. It's the opposite, guys. It's an abundance mentality versus a scarcity mentality. And Brian said, I asked a question. So Brian, I didn't know if you'd be cool with it. So Brian asked the question and he was cool. It's like, dude, this isn't shade, just curious. So I think that's what we need to have, that mentality, because it's like, you know what? We can't control it. And on top of that, it actually helps. It actually helps. If we just try and like keep this little corner of the internet to ourselves, somebody else is going to talk about it, or some other group is going to go and hit up these business owners and they might give the wrong pitch. I would love to call areas behind you guys, because I know that you guys have pitched them with the right pitch, the right script, the right approach. You haven't burned any doors, ruined any doors, burned any bridges. So anyway, amazing question. And I hope that answers it. I think that satisfied Brian. That's just my mentality with everything.